Caroline, had turned plaiting her own hair into a meditative half-day activity, after which she would take a half-day bath. She had the talent of an artisan when asked to sew something, but she walked past the unravelled hems of the window curtains. Even with its capabilities diminished, Blackthorn Manor knew how badly Angelika suffered during those years when her brother rode off at dusk. She cried like a pup into her pillow, and she tagged along at his heels now. Unlike Victor, she had no one special to love her, and her longing filled the house like steam. Blackthorn Manor knew this much. Dearly departed Caroline and Alphonse Frankenstein had left their children too soon, and although the coffers were brimming with gold, Victor and Angelika suffered from the same neglect as their inherited house. Tender love and care were needed as a matter of utmost urgency. Things did not look promising, however. The Frankenstein children slept, ate, spent without thought, and acted very merry, but their lives were choked by ivy and sadness. "Orphan," Victor whispered to himself as he put on his father's coat. "Orphan," Angelika whispered to her reflection, pulling her own hair tighter. It would take something, someone, or a miracle to change this present state of affairs. Chapter 1. Salisbury, England, 1814. Angelika Frankenstein knew what physical qualities her ideal man should have. Unfortunately, she had to find those attributes at the morgue. She and her brother were in the doorway of the basement, like two customers about to stroll into a fruit market. Laid out on tables were around 30 corpses. "I never get used to the stench," Victor Frankenstein remarked through his shirt cuff. "Be quick and choose." "I'm always quick," Angelika replied into her perfume-soaked handkerchief. "Why would I want to linger?" "Because you want to make sure you choose the best looking." Angelika was aghast. "I do not." "What's the price tonight, Hellsaw?" Victor asked the morgue attendant in a raised voice. Hellsaw sat outside the doorway on an upturned pail, biting his thumbnail in loud snips. "1 shilling each," he said to Victor, then spat on the ground. Victor considered it. "Any room for negotiation? 2 corpses for 1 shilling?" Hellsaw nodded in the direction of their tied horses. "You both jingled when you hit the ground. Don't like it? Go elsewhere." Victor grinned. "All right, I'll pay anything." "You're such a good negotiator, Vic," Angelika praised sweetly. His smile turned evil. "Quiet, Jelly, or I'll send you to an orphan house." "I'm 24. They'll never take me." What would their parents have thought of these late-night activities? Hellsaw provided the siblings with a lantern each and heaved a sigh. "Beckering already. There's a long wait tonight, lads," he told the growing queue of medical students. They muttered and lit their pipes. Inside, Angelika addressed her brother again. "I am only doing this to put my name in medical history alongside yours." "You are so terribly noble," Victor scoffed, picking up a corpse's arm to bend and straighten it. "You help me because you're bored out of your wits." "You can't do this without me, and you know it." She waited for his nod. "I wish we were travelling again." Victor gave her a narrowed glance. "Give up. I hate living out of luggage with no laboratory. When Lizzie arrives, I'm home forever." "Forever?" Angelika picked up a dead man's cold hand and interlaced her fingers with his. Then she rotated the wrist joint. She might be living without love forever. She'd be a white-haired old lady still living as her brother's ward. "If you had done your duty as older brother and guardian, I wouldn't be here right now," Victor replied. "I've introduced you to every unmarried man I've ever met. I've struck up conversations in theatres with men you thought were your destiny.